Welcome to Small Biz Flash, where owners and managers get their briefing on small business news, trends, and insights to make better decisions and increase their business's value. I'm your host, Adam Hewitt. Thanks for joining me. This week, we continue our multi-part series titled Surviving the Economic Downturn by discussing how to use unconventional, low-cost marketing to get customers' attention. That's coming up right after the news roundup. All right, let's dive in. We start this week with some decidedly positive news on the macroeconomic front. The rate of inflation, as measured by the Consumer Price Index, cooled in December to 6.5% compared with a year earlier. December was the sixth month in a row of a declining inflation rate. Still, in a recent poll of economists by the Wall Street Journal, experts put the likelihood of a recession at 61% in the coming months. But by the end of 2023, those polled see inflation falling to 3.1%. And here's more evidence of contradictions in the economy, something I've been talking about for some time. Even though real wages are shrinking and consumers appear to be tapping into savings to keep up with inflation, their optimism has taken a jump again this month. According to preliminary data from the University of Michigan, the index of consumer sentiment is currently at 64.6, up from 59.7 in December and 56.8 in November. Small company owners' opinions of the business environment are on the upswing, according to December's Wall Street Journal Vistage Small Business CEO Confidence Index, which spiked from 76.7 in November to 83.4 last month. It was the largest improvement in 21 months, with every index component posting gains. 60% of small businesses expect to increase revenues in 2023, and 63% plan to add workers. Owners reported seeing a slowdown in inflationary pressures. 77% now say that prices are increasing at a slower pace than previously or are not increasing at all. New data from online lender Biz2Credit finds that loans to small businesses grew very little in 2022. According to the Small Business Lending Index, big banks approved 14.5% of loans in December, up just 0.2% from a year earlier. Small banks were much more favorable to small businesses, approving 21.2% of loans in December, up 1.1% from a year prior. Alternative lenders led the pack, however, with an approval rate of 27.6%, up 1.5% from a year earlier. You can find more information on this and other stories in the News Roundup by going to the links in the show notes. Small business owners, your finances are the cornerstone of your business. You need the bookkeeping pros at SBS Accounting and Advisors to keep your AP, AR, and financial statements on track. For 16 years, the good folks at SBS have been helping owners like you make better decisions and grow their profits. Go to sbsaccountants.com today to set up a free 30-minute consultation. Use the promo code FLASH to get 20% off your setup fee. Again, that's sbsaccountants.com. In this week's edition of our series on surviving the economic downturn, we talk about using guerrilla marketing to gain attention in the marketplace. Guerrilla marketing has a variety of definitions, but it is characterized by low-cost or free methods that are highly creative. The beauty of this tactic is that you can take full advantage of it, even in a tight economy. According to the business classic titled, appropriately enough, Guerrilla Marketing, by J. Conrad Levinson, the technique reaches customers outside of traditional channels and is focused on having a dialogue with them rather than a one-way monologue to them. For example, any kind of contest or promotion your company runs that requires customer feedback or participation of some kind in order to be eligible for the prize would qualify as a dialogue. This is an advantage for small businesses because they can manage these types of conversations with customers better than larger companies. Fun, clever, memorable, and surprising are all adjectives that could describe a guerrilla marketing campaign. Creativity is more important than a big budget. Unconventional, out of the ordinary is what you're shooting for. And if you can make your marketing humorous, all the better. Okay, you may say, but I don't have a good imagination. Well, you probably have employees that do. Think back to previous episodes where we've discussed engaging employees and how important that is. This would be a great opportunity to do so, as no doubt you have some creative geniuses unbeknownst to you in accounting or HR or customer service. Put a few of your best workers in a room, feed them lunch, and ask them to brainstorm. You may be pleasantly surprised. Here are a couple of ideas to get you going. Hire a high school or college art student to draw a mural depicting your product or logo with sidewalk chalk in an area that would direct foot traffic to your store. Of course, you would need to check local regulations and may need to get approval first. Here's another idea. With the aforementioned contest, you could make it fun by requiring participants to solve a series of clues in order to be eligible for the grand prize, stretching out time the contest is active and also the publicity that you get. Additionally, there are many examples online of what other companies have done and how they have practiced guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing should not replace your conventional marketing program. Don't cut the marketing budget during a recession unless you absolutely have to. In fact, there is a good chance competitors are looking at trimming their marketing budgets, so you have an advantage if you just keep on keeping on. Your marketing and sales budgets are your lifeline, so do everything you can to maintain them. Thanks for listening to Small Biz Flash. I'm your host, Adam Hewitt. If you enjoyed the show, please help me expand its reach by telling one other person about the podcast. I sure do appreciate it, and I'll see you next week.